From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for December 11th, 2015. In just a moment, we'll be taking a look at the GBPUSD, Great British Pound versus the US dollar for today's analysis. But first, I want to recap a couple of the trade suggestions over the past few days. First off, starting here on the AUD-USD, the Australian dollar versus the US dollar. Zoom out a little bit, and we can see that we've been studying the long-term downtrend, the black trend line here on the daily chart. I can even go out to the weekly time frame, and you can see how long that trend has been in place. Back to the daily time frame, so we've been studying the downtrend. We've been studying the triangle pattern between the two red trend lines for the past several days, a couple of weeks here for the Australian dollar. The triangle pattern, consolidation, contraction, ranging, whatever you want to call it. We've been at the top for the past several days, looking for selling opportunities at the top of the range or triangle pattern. The only risk we had there is that the market broke out to the top side. So that's really what we're watching for. As long as it stays underneath this purple shaded area at the very top here, we would look for selling opportunities and under the red trend line. Breaking above it, we look for it to start working its way higher. So that being said, over the past few days, we've had an opportunity on a rally and failure of that purple shaded area. Unfortunately, I put my pending trade a little bit too high. I had it up there closer towards the 73.40 level, and the market just didn't reach high enough to take me into the trade and started going down without me. The high that we can see here on this candle was 73.33. So any trades 73.35 or 40 got missed by that spike higher, and now moving its way on down. Now, if you happen to get early, if you got into this trade early, you should be protecting profit now as it pressures down towards the next support level, which is this orange shaded area here. The orange zone, 71.90, 71.65. That's your current support for this pair. If we see any more bearish movement, a breakdown of 71.65 takes it all the way back down here towards the blue zone at the bottom of the triangle, 7100. For the day today, what you're looking for is for it to stay underneath this yellow shaded area. Any move back above that yellow shaded area, which is 72.65 down to 72.45, we likely look for a challenge once again back up here towards the purple shaded area for the Australian dollar. So a couple of things to watch for. Missed my trade entry yesterday, but if you got into it, protecting profit as it falls as expected from the resistance highs. Now moving over to the GBPUSD, Great British Pound versus the US dollar. Interesting enough, we have somewhat of a wedge, a falling triangle pattern, a range, whatever you want to call it. You can see that we've seen the lows getting higher along the red trend line. The lows have been getting lower along the black trend line. So basically we're in a falling trend, a falling range that we can see here. We're at the very top right now. That's probably the most important part about all of that, is that we're at the very top. Yesterday in the trade room, we took a sell up here towards the top of that range into the orange shaded area. Saw a decent amount of profit as it pushed all the way back down to the 51.25 level. Then today it's just come right back up and it closed out the trade finally at the stop loss that was already moved into profit on the trade. We'll talk about that a little bit more during the trade room, the trade management of that trade in the live trade room today. But I still think that that same orange shaded area is a quality opportunity to get into this pair. We've seen the failure of it. Resistance is forming there into that orange shaded area. As long as the market stays underneath there, I'm looking for selling opportunities. 51.75 to 5200 is that orange shaded area. We're under the red trend line. We've taken Fibonacci levels from a couple of different ranges, from this high right here down to the low. We've taken it from this high back here down to the low. There's also Fibonacci in the orange zone. There's Fibonacci next level of Fibonacci is at the yellow zone. There's Fibonacci even at our support down here at the blue shaded area. So we can see there's Fibonacci highlighting the yellow, the orange, and the blue zones. Of course, a breakout under the blue zone, we look for a new low likely to be made for the GBPUSD. We do have some news coming up at 8:30 Eastern U.S. time. That's just in about 35 minutes from the recording of this video. Could obviously affect this currency pair, and then we go into next week with the FOMC on Wednesday. You'll want to watch for that. But let's take it down to the 4-hour time frame. Again, yesterday's trade, decent opportunity as we saw the market push down 50 to 55 pips. Even on that spike right there, we saw it move all the way back down about 70 pips. So a decent opportunity to protect profit, move your stop loss into break even or better, close some profit as it touched down here in the recent hours down into the 51.25 level. Just a really decent opportunity. I'll still look for that same similar opportunity. Failure to break out above this orange zone is really what we're looking for today. We want it to stay underneath there. If the market gets satisfactory break above 5,200, you probably don't want to stay in a short very long. Now, if you took a long, let's look at that direction for a moment. If you happen to take a buy into 51.25, which is a possibility, then you're protecting profit on the way towards the resistance target at the orange zone. So I'm focused in on selling up here close to the orange shaded area. I'll be looking for an opportunity to go short at some point. Maybe after the news at 8:30, waiting 30 minutes or so before I take into a new trade, but definitely watching this as an opportunity to go short between 51.75 and 51.75 and 5,200 today for the GBPUSD.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.